raising awareness about the importance of the use of mouth guards in youth basketball. Nearly one-third of all basketball-related injuries sustained to the neck and face. Shock Doctor, the leader in mouth guard technology, and K-Love's favorite. In fact, he has one in his mouth right now. Is that right, Kevin?
Yes, I do. It's tough to talk, but we're going to get through this.
How you been?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back on. It's been a while.
How's life? Off-season, anything interesting?
A lot of travel. Obviously, it was condensed, having played, sat there and cheered those guys on to the middle or end of June. And now I'm back in Cleveland today. So,
have you ever been in a position where you had to sit and watch others in a big game like that?
That was tough. No, that was one of the first times where I had to do that. Going down in the quarterfinals, game 4 against Boston, and having heard the news that I was going to be out 4 to 6 months with dislocated shoulder, labral tear. It was very tough for me to have to sit there, because I would look at different points in the game, especially in the finals, and say, God, I could be out there and help. But, we had a number of guys step up and play excellent basketball, and I think that's going to carry over into this year.
Do you care that Kelly Olynyk did reach out and try to apologize?
No, we ended up texting rather and sweeping that underneath the rug there. So I think it's all good. I don't imagine that he'll get a great reception in Cleveland, but it's one of those things where we talked. It's all good. Yeah, it's in the past. So you just move on. You look at an injury as an opportunity and just go from there. Those kind of things happen.
Did you know that it was serious right away?
Yes. That's not many people ask that question. They just said, how you feeling? Obviously, when it first happened, I was very emotional and pissed after the game, but that was something that I knew right away going off the floor and getting it put back into place in the locker room, that it was going to be very serious and not one of those things where you can come back in a week or two. It was going to be a lengthy recovery process.
What's the update on Kyrie Irving? When's best estimate if he'll be in the lineup?
I'm not exactly sure. We're hoping that he comes back healthy and that our season will go into the finals like it did last year. It's one of those things where you look at Iman Shumpert, you look at Tristan Thompson needing to re-sign, and you mentioned Kyrie getting healthy. You have to have a little bit of luck on your side. I think last year we didn't have that. Had we all been healthy, who knows what would have happened. But Kyrie is been in there in the facility every day getting work in, and as far as how his body is responding, it's great. But timetable, I'm not sure of.
He's Kevin Love, the Cavs forward, joining us, Dan Patrick Show. The toughest thing about being the teammate of LeBron James is what?
Toughest part of being the teammate, there's not that much tough about it. He kind of, for the most part, makes your life easy out there on the floor. I'd say the toughest part is whether it's his fault or not, the circus that follows him. He's the biggest athlete on earth, the best player in the NBA. So everywhere we go, it's so much attention is focused on him. So you tend to see that no matter where you play.
But also, he'll get more credit and more blame because he's the focal point, right?
Sure.
And is that the way it should be?
That on. That's. Kind of, the gift and the curse, the bittersweet, but I don't think that, not to speak for him, but he'd have it any other way because, he is our leader and, like I mentioned, the best player going out there. So I think he takes on a lot.
Who's the best offensive player in the league?
I don't think you can stop. Just mention him. LeBron, Kyrie is right up there. I got a couple of teammates that are right up there. You look around the league. Steph Curry is right up there.
Harden.
A couple players in Oklahoma City. Harden. Yeah, those guys are increasingly tough to stop. So, especially when those type of guys, you mentioned Harden getting to the free throw line. LeBron is so powerful, 6'8", I don't even know how much he weighs, but you brush up against him, and it's not the easiest thing to do. So,
was there any chance you were going elsewhere?
No. And when I keep saying, I've said this all along. When I look back at it and looked forward and had met with the powers to be, the coaching staff, the front office, and LeBron and some of the players on the team, that when you factor in that you could have happiness, winning, and then obviously get paid. That was, if you can have two of those things, you're in a good spot. If you can have all three, it kind of makes it a no-brainer. So for me, Cleveland was always a spot, and I feel like if we get everybody back healthy, sign Tristan Thompson back, we're really going to be in a good spot.
See, I thought you were going to end up with the Lakers or Boston. I just, I just felt it, and maybe I still feel that you end up with the Lakers one day. I don't know why that is, but I do.
I think a lot of people have felt that way. I have a tremendous amount of love for a number of cities, and L.A. being where I was born, Portland where I grew up. It's just one of those things that people will speculate on with guys that are going into free agency. I mean, you already see it happening with Durant for next summer. So one of those things, like you mentioned with LeBron, comes with the territory, and you just have to continue to get that behind you. So now that it is, I feel a big weight off my back.
Got a lot of attention with the new hairdo. Whose idea was that?
It's funny. A lot of people were saying, he got a perm, he curled his hair, but no, that's I got pictures from when I was a little kid. My hair is naturally curly, so I'm kind of at the awkward phase now. I keep thinking of how I'm going to wear it opening night, but I figure it'll all work itself out.
Is there a chance you'll go man bun this year, Kevin?
Oh, man bun. I was told that man bun, you lose your hair, so I'm not sure that that's something I want to go for.
Yeah, I read that article too, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I could see you maybe going man bun if you let it grow out a little bit here.
Yeah, Dan, did you ever man bun it back in the day?
I had the mullet.
The mullet.
Yeah, I killed it with the mullet.
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean, I slayed. When women would see the mullet, it was I was basically LeBron. I was just knocking them down. I'm talking about jumpers.
Right. Well,
yeah.
I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. I remember the Randy Johnson, the big man on the mound. So that was what I was accustomed to growing up. So maybe I'll go with that.
Are you a Seahawks fan?
Oh, no. One of my better friends from back home is, and I can't say that I am, no.
Well, wait, what happened?
I just, anything that kind of this particular guy goes for, I just can't. It just doesn't work that way.
Well, who do you root for? Don't tell me the Browns.
Not the Browns, no. Unfortunately for me right now, I'm a Niners fan. So, yeah. Anyways.
Can you give me your, give me your 5 best NBA guys who could play in the NFL, and I'm taking LeBron out of it. So if you had 5 guys that you just said, I'm going to pick 5 guys at whatever position, quarterback, running back, wide receiver. So who would you take?
Wow, that is a very tough question. How long you got? Taking LeBron out of it? 'Cause
yeah.
I think he's my first choice.
He'd be a tight end, right?
Yeah, or, wide receiver. That was, I think, his position in high school, right? I mean, he's just like another Megatron out there. Geez. And then I would have said, Nate Robinson, because, obviously that would have translated well.
Since he played defensive
there's different guys that are, defensive back. Obviously myself, I guess I could, be like Big Ben and play quarterback.
Did you play football in high school?
My parents would not let me. They would not let me. They say, "Kid, you're going to get hurt." And my dad would take me into the paint and say, "This is where you have to make football because you ain't playing."
I like that. I think Russell Westbrook would be an unbelievable free safety.
Yeah. Yes.
He would hurt some people.
Absolutely would.
Russell would hurt some.
he can close out space in a very quick way. So I could see him, definitely that translating.
I'd have to have Kobe. You know what? Durant would be a wide receiver, I think, for me.
Right. Durant, I mean, he's so long, but you worry about him getting off the line. You never know.
Who's my quarterback? Kobe?
Who's your quarterback? I said it was going to be me, but
no, you can't. You're not allowed to play. Your parents won't let you.
Okay, yeah, that's right. I always listen to everything my parents say. Quarterback. Here I want to think about a point guard, but that is tough. That is very tough.
Steph Curry?
Quarterback. Steph Curry, yeah. I mean, I'm thinking of a guy that's really a distributor, I'd have to say, yeah.
A distributor? Oh, yeah, Steph doesn't pass.
Right.
Harden doesn't pass either. These point guards don't pass anymore, Kevin.
Get noticed. Yeah, all right.
It's the forwards now who are the point guards.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. We get all the assists.
So tell me about Shock Doctor so I can relay that message to the parents who are listening to the program.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned, 1/3 of basketball-related injuries are to the neck and face, and it's kind of staggering. 5 million kids got their teeth knocked out last year in sporting events. So partnering with Shock Doctor to teach the youngins, the younger demographic, to protect their face and protect themselves on the field of play, not only just basketball.
Is there a website, or they just go to their sports store and ask for this?
Yeah, both.
Oh.
Both.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it, my man.
You still in love?
Still in love. With basketball, of course.
Yes. Why? What did you think? I meant a girl?
Yes. I did think you meant a girl.
No, we've been down that road before. We didn't, no need to go.
Yes, we have. Yeah, I think you ask me every time if I'm getting married.
Well, I didn't ask this time. Just ask if you're in love. That's all.
Right. I'll wait till I'm 30 or so.
So when your career is over, that's when you'll fall in love.
Okay. Okay. I don't know where to take that, but I'll go with that.
Hey, good to have you back. Good luck this upcoming season. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we'll talk again.
All right, then. Thank you.
Thank you. It's Kevin Love. There's always got to be an awkward moment there with Kevin.